Have you ever heard the tales of ancient tombs and their mysterious traps? For centuries, stories have been passed down of deadly traps hidden deep inside tombs, waiting to be triggered by unfortunate adventurers. But do these tales have any truth to them? In today's video, we'll examine the history and evidence of such traps and explore the possibility of their existence. Before we start, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to receive more amazing content. Now, let's get started with the video. Is it true that there were traps in tombs from the past? Before we get into it, let's clear up one thing. There is no evidence that any real tomb has a rolling boulder trap. Sorry to disappoint you, but some very creative storytellers made that up. This is also true for the more unusual traps, like poison darts and crazy counterweight systems. There are, however, some pretty cool things found deep in ancient tombs that probably would have stopped thieves. Number 3. The Mausoleum of the First Qin Emperor. The Mausoleum of the First Qin Emperor, where Qin Shi Huang is buried, is one of the most famous tombs in the world. It is known for having many dangers that have kept it from being fully explored. It is also one of the most impressive underground burial places in the world, with a whole chamber full of terracotta warriors. Built between 246 and 208 BCE, more than 2,000 years ago, the mausoleum is buried under a huge mound that houses the army that protects the inner tomb. At its center are the remains of the first emperor of the Qin dynasty, a legendary leader who oversaw the first time China was unified. As you might have guessed from the army of fake warriors, Qin Shi Huang wanted to be very well protected after he died. The high levels of mercury in the mausoleum have kept archaeologists from digging up the tomb. At the time, many people, including Qin Shi Huang, thought that mercury could make you live forever, so it is said that he made a moat out of the poisonous metal to surround his tomb. People say that the shiny substance is in a large network of rivers and lakes, and these stories have definitely worked to keep people out. This, however, is disputed, and some say the mercury is just a result of industrial pollution in the area. In either case, the toxic system of mercury and groundwater makes the tomb difficult to get into. Even though it is impressive, a possible river of mercury is not the coolest thing Qin Shi Huang used to protect his remains. Legends say that the tomb itself has a system of automatic crossbows that are ready to shoot arrows at anyone who tries to steal his body. Even if the crossbows still exist after 2,000 years, they probably won't work. However, this suggests that complicated devices were thought of as tomb protection. Number 2. Egyptian tombs. It's hard to top rivers of mercury and automatic crossbows, and Egyptian tombs weren't quite as impressive as their Chinese counterparts. Even though these tombs are more than 4,000 years older than the mausoleum of the first Qin Emperor, that didn't stop them from coming up with clever ways to keep tomb raiders away. Instead, workers building important tombs use decoys and fake walls to keep people from stealing from them. Archaeologists think that the tomb of Pharaoh Khufu, who ruled around 2500 BCE, is hidden inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. To get there, they use a complicated system of tunnels. Khufu's body was never found, and the king's chamber was already ransacked when it was found many years later. But some archaeologists think this chamber was just a fake, and that the king is actually in a secret chamber. This has never been confirmed, but a number of empty rooms and dead-end passages could point to a hidden tomb. Number 1. The Red Queen of Palenque. To end our small tour of ancient booby traps, we have a queen who would do anything to keep people from touching her bones. The tomb of the Red Queen is an old tomb that dates back about 1,400 years and is buried in a Mayan pyramid in the ruins of the city of Palenque. The bones probably belong to Lady Ixtaku Aja, but all that is known for sure is that the lady was very important at the time. The tomb was surrounded by wealth and riches, and it was beautifully decorated. Inside the sarcophagus, the remains were wearing an elaborate funeral mask. But when the archaeologists lifted the sarcophagus, they were surprised to see that the bones were covered in a bright toxic substance. The bones were covered in bright red cinnabar, which is the ore of mercury. Ancient rulers liked mercury a lot, so this gave her the nickname Red Queen. Even though cinnabar was used as a red pigment in the past, it was very dangerous to handle the bones. It's likely that the Red Queen wanted her tomb to be decorated just for show and not as a way to stop people from stealing her jewels, but the end result made it a very bad idea for grave robbers to try. So, there you have it. While death-defying traps may not have lasted, but it looks like sneaking into many tombs was still risky, even if it wasn't on purpose. If you find yourself in an ancient tomb, you might want to watch where you put your head. Do you know of any more ancient tombs that have traps? Tell us in the comments. Also, if you liked the video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more. Thanks a lot for tuning in. See you later.